So this is a review for tanakornlsv, and tanakornlsv is black. So got 4 corner opening moves, enclosure. White takes the extension away, and you're free to decide what to play. And usually in the opening you can really just count how wide an area is and then play on the widest side. Here in particular, if you played here, let's say you play as well, then white will enclose this corner perhaps. And now white has an enclosure with an extension. You have an enclosure but without an extension. So white comes out on top on the bottom side of the board. Taking away the enclosure when there is an extension is a very natural move, and also it's on the widest side of the board. You could also consider playing on this side, which is almost as wide, and even playing some kind of move here. I guess I didn't count this side. Ah, okay, yeah. Well, really, any kind of move on this side would also be much better than this move, which is, it's just a small area. And there's a lot of open space on this board. So you're being very inefficient. But white is very nice to you, plays a move that doesn't really do a whole lot on this board right now. So you could go ahead and play any one of these big opening moves, hyperjump or whatever. But attaching here, this just so maybe you're securing 3 more points, let's say, but white should really just take any of these big moves, and white will come out way ahead. Furthermore, white attached to you and then played away. And most of the time, not always, but most of the time, if your stones are getting touched, you want to touch back. That is, either play a hane or extend. These are really the common responses. And so white plays away, plays another touching move, which is the shoulder hit, kind of touching, because as soon as there's an extension, it's touching. So there are 2 touching moves that weren't really responded to by now. And now you play it. Why did you play over there? This what is the connection with this stone or with this stone? It's not really clear how this will help you in this situation. Really just attach, either respond to the attachment here or respond to the attachment here. Any of these options are totally fine. When you do this sort of thing, you invited white to break your shape, because this is a large knight, right? Large knight shape, and now white pushes through. And so let's look at it like this. Let's go with this one first, right? When white peeps, you know that you should connect, because then you have a nice strong shape and it's just a stone standing there, right? But the important thing is your stones stay connected, they have a strong shape. Same thing with a small knight. When white plays a move like this, then you connect and your stones keep working together. But if you play away, then white will push through, and then you have a broken shape here. Now there's 2 cutting points, no way to connect this. And with a knight's move, it's even worse because these stones are just totally disconnected. They will never work together again. And large knight, same thing. When white plays this move, you're going to remain connected with your stones and not allow them to push through. Unless there's something super, super urgent elsewhere on the board. Like, okay, it's okay to give up, I don't know, 15 points to play somewhere else. But really, almost always, you will want to keep your stones connected. It's just very important to keep your stones working together. So, yeah. Now you're in trouble here in this shape because none of your stones are really working well together anymore. And we get into this. Okay, so white takes a small base, and you limit the base. That's good. It's putting a lot of pressure on this white group. And white attaches for some help. Okay, this is... well, you will soon see how this massively hurt your stone because there's still a disconnect here. And now when you play away, white can do this. And how are you going to defend this? Are you going to play this empty triangle to keep your stones? It's... and then white does this. Really simple. White has influence towards the center of the board here, and you still have some weaknesses to fix. So yeah, just by playing this move, you hurt yourself a lot. And this is the questionable stone that we didn't really know why you played it at all. Really, if you respond to the attachment by playing a Hane here, that works together with this. Extend like this, but with this, you know that white will play there to keep connected. So you know that there will be this head of 2 stones. So yeah, this will always going to hurt. Then we go into this. Not really clear what the purpose of this is because there's a cutting point, and once this cutting point is open, then white can attach here and settle. So if white really wants to live locally, then it's totally possible like this. Yeah, like you could limit it like this, or yeah, it really, after you play this Kasumi, you should totally keep strong like this. Yeah, this is just opening you up for a cut. And now you're definitely open for a cut, and now you fix this problem. It was a problem, definitely, but you fix it with an empty triangle, and the empty triangle is a very inefficient shape. And so you want to avoid that whenever possible. Sometimes it really is the best move, but definitely not in this case, and definitely not most of the time. So white kind of settles. You play on the second widest side, so that's good. Definitely was wide open, good to play there. But one thing you have to consider when you play this kind of move is you have 2 extensions from the 4/4 stone, and the textbook response to the 2 extensions from the 4/4 stone is to jump into the 3/3 and make black choose which side is more important. Yeah, so typically black would choose the wider side, which would be this one, so play here, but it's not a big deal that you chose this side. Just you will have to choose one of them. This is right here. This is old Joseki. We don't really play this anymore. If you're just interested in influence, then you can just do the simple extension, and now you could either push it down more to extend your wall, or you can just play away, because white can't really do anything to you. And you have a nice little wall and an extension from the wall, so everything is great. Like this, white can push again, and black absolutely has to respond here. And now white is alive in the corner and can play elsewhere. So this is why we don't play this Joseki anymore, because white just pushes once more. Instead of doing this, I think that's what you were expecting, but yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore. White will just push once more and then play elsewhere. This kind of works because you have helper stone here, but it's really not a good idea to leave weaknesses like that behind, especially because this doesn't gain you anything. White can still play away. It doesn't really hurt white's chances to live in a corner. But white is nice to you and gives you a big wall. Okay, and we do that. Yeah, well, now you have a nice strong wall. That's something nice to have. But now white plays a crazy move. So white sees the influence they've given you, and then I think we have to immediately reduce this. But there's a whole bunch of big points still on the board. You can approach the corner, you can approach this corner, or just jump in. There's an attachment you never responded to. So responding to this is really not urgent. But in your response, you basically said, okay, I'm taking this small area here belongs to me. I have this very, very big wall, but only this little bit belongs to me. When really you should be, with this kind of wall, you can be very aggressive towards invasions like this, because you have the power to attack. So even if white tries something like this, you can attach on a much larger scale. And now these stones become heavy very quickly, because if white doesn't get them out somehow, then all of this will be yours, and not just the tiny area that you capped for. So yeah, and also there's still these weaknesses here that white might be able to exploit. So really in order to be able to attack, you need a strong shape. So even a very simple fix like this would make a huge difference. This kind of move is very good, but yeah, you will get into this kind of fight. Also, you could do like light defend your shape lightly. So if white takes this, then you can Atari, and definitely worth more than this. And yeah, well, you can play elsewhere. So white cuts the stone, which is very, very nice, because now you can just play this Atari. White will have to capture, and now you have Sente to place elsewhere. And yeah, there's you've captured the stone. That's very nice. But instead you chose to extend the stone. But now these two stones are really weak. You will have to run away with the circle stones. you're getting yourself into a lot of trouble for really no reason. But okay, so white Atari and extend, okay. And this one is more in minute detail, but I thought it's pretty interesting because you played this move. So you have a stronger side and a weaker side. When you have two groups that need to be connected somehow with a not absolutely perfect connection. So if you had a stone here, then of course you could just connect with one stone, it would be absolutely solid. But with this, where you always leave some kind of weakness behind, with this there's the push, and with this there's the push, then you should play from the weaker side, because it will just remove more of the weakness and not leave you open for things like this, where white could push through and then get this move in center. So if you do this, then white can push through and this move is in center. Yeah, so tiny detail, but a good thing to keep in mind. Then, so white extends, you connect the stones, okay. And white plays this move, which is, what is the stone doing? And play elsewhere. Now, playing on this white side, definitely still a really good idea. Yeah, it's wide open. You can be very efficient by playing on a wide open side, so good idea. And yeah, but maybe you're also thinking that you can't really do anything else in this fight. But really, the side that gets this move first will be more happy overall in this fight. So, especially with this Arne, you probably kind of need to respond in some manner. So, yeah. But okay, we play elsewhere. And white responds, so everything's going just fine. And now you played this move, right? So you're taking perhaps 4 points, but and not doing anything else, because white doesn't feel threatened by this. White can still settle in the corner and just live there, that would be fine, or escape. So white has 2 options, so white can just do whatever and continue the game from there. So yeah, 4 points to not be threatening. That's especially when there's a wide open side here. Obviously, that's not that great. Then we had white playing this move. Okay, we defend against the peep, right? We cleared it up. We respond to peeps. But this one, the peep is over here, right? It's the same thing. We have a small knight here, and now white is playing this move that threatens to just push through. So we keep our stones connected. And now there's actually a lot of bad things going on here. If white does this, then you can play here, and white has to defend this, and now you've captured these stones. Or also this move would work, because yeah, white can't do this. If white tries to keep it in, then you again capture these 5 stones. Or you know, just it would be a total disaster for white. It's a complete catastrophe. So, and instead you got an empty triangle here. See this empty triangle? Serves no purpose. It's just really just you played elsewhere to do nothing. But okay, white still ends in gote. We're fine. I can play on the side and wait a corner, or I don't know, take some extension here, whatever. This move is Sente, so it's not a big deal, but this isn't Sente. And now white is definitely free to play elsewhere on this wide open board where all of these interesting points exist. Yeah, now we have 2 stones that have been attached to, and we play elsewhere. But this move is not an appropriate one for the corner right now, because we play this kind of move when we are being pincered. So, didn't I have a graph for that? Yes, I do. Okay, yeah. So you attach and then you do this bulge, but we do this in this kind of situation. So black approaches a Black approaches a 3-4 point, then white pincers, and then black has the option to either jump out or try to settle immediately. And attaching would be the attempt to settle immediately. So black bulges and hopes that white extends, because then black can extend and be alive, and being alive is nice. Or if white doesn't feel like being nice, then you will get into this and you get some kind of outside shape, and white will have a solid corner, but it doesn't look super pretty. So that's the purpose behind this move. And white is very kind to you. White plays the extension so you can, extend the stone and be happy. Yeah. But this just doesn't help you here. I'll say something else for that. Yeah, okay, we get into this tiny little ko, but you don't want to fight the ko. I don't understand why, just play it here. Or take this. You don't have to be afraid of this kind of ko, because when white connects, you have 2 weaknesses left behind. And if black connects, white has 2 weaknesses left behind. So it's not a bad ko. Whoever wins this will be happy and locally. So yeah, just surrender the ko. Okay. Yeah, well, I understand. It's definitely better for your local shape. Okay, taking extension. It's also totally fine. And respond to the attachment. Good job. But now you played this move, but in this shape, this is the shape point. Black wants to play here, and white wants to play here. Just whoever gets this move will be in a much better position. So basically leaving that behind for white to play. And now you decide to give up the inside stone to take something on the outside. A lot of the time this is really the best decision, but in this case there's the question of what are we doing? So you're getting some sort of influence in this direction, but what is there to get? There's a strong white group here that can't be killed, can't really be threatened much with maybe more than one move. And there's also still a hole here. So what is the strength in this direction going to do for you? I'm not very clear on that. A lot of the time we would try to do this, but white can do that. So yeah, I don't like it. I guess the Atari is a good choice. And you fix your shape somehow. Okay. yeah, well, at this point, black is really far behind, and I think we've covered enough things that you can look out for in the future in your games. So really just to summarize, in the early opening, you should always be on the lookout for what is the widest side, where can I get the most points with the fewest amount of moves, be as efficient as possible. Then responding to attachments. Sometimes you did it, sometimes you didn't, sometimes your opponent didn't. Just keep in mind, almost always you will want to respond to an attachment because it completely changes the dynamic of a situation. Like now it's 2 versus 2 stones, so whoever plays first will have 1 stone more in the area. So like this, it's 3 against 2, or like this, it's 3 against 2. Then, keep in mind the weaknesses in your shapes, and definitely also don't allow broken shapes. Definitely keep in mind, don't play broken shapes. That's really bad to have happen. This is just, this is terrible. Then we were about the empty triangle. Yes, avoid that as much as possible. Sometimes it will be necessary, but definitely not always. Very rarely. Then attack from, where is it? This one. Yeah. So attack from strong shapes. Here, get a strong shape to attack, not just plop a stone and leave these weaknesses behind. And also, for this one, I think you should really learn some Chiseki for the 3-4 stone for this. So learn 1 for this approach, 1 for this approach, and 1 for when you get pincered. Or even just keep it more simple, right? Because with this you would need to have even more. So there would be 4 that you need to know. So learn 1 approach and 1 pincer for it. Then you have 2 Chiseki that will really help you to figure out what kind of shapes do you need in this area. Just learn them as a guideline to help you better understand what is possible on the corner. Just learn 2 Chiseki, one approach that plays out normally like I don't know, anything. There's go into the Chiseki library, pick any one continuation where white doesn't pincer, and then also learn 1 where white pincers. And it doesn't matter which one, just learn 1 to have some kind of idea of what you should do. So that's all I wanted to say about this game, and I hope this helps.